I think a lot of people find the school system as a whole to be oppressive. Like, we just don't have good experiences with schools, and it's, again, like, tougher for minorities. And again, I can only speak for, like, South Asians because I'm Indian. And a big thing is, like, this is diverging a little bit, but I'm an English major, and I have never in my life, in, like, what is it, 12 plus 30, 15 years of schooling, read a book by an Indian author, which is so crazy. Like, I don't know, it's just really weird that, like, 15 years I haven't read a single thing. So I know that I feel invisible. And, like, when you don't see that representation in school, then, like, as an Indian, why would you want to do that? Because the only places you see representation are, like, in computer science or something. So you're like, I have to pursue that because that's where I think I'm going to succeed, because I see other people succeeding, and that's where, like, other people think that I should succeed because I'm a model minority.
There's so few teachers of color to teach those students. And I think that in a role as intimate as a teacher, where you're, like, interacting with someone on, like, a mentor level on a daily basis, if you don't really see yourself reflected in certain types of ways on your teacher, you might not be incentivized to pursue that particular path. And that's not to say that I think a good teacher can come from anywhere. Like, they don't have to be from the same, like, path as you. And that can mean racially, that can mean in terms of interests. Like, a good teacher can really come from anywhere, but at the same time, there is that, like, psychological thing of, like, race is an incredibly important thing in our current society. It's also just, like, a pretty undervalued position, and you kind of have to put a lot of hours in. And especially if you might be coming from, like, a lower income community, you might be like, I need to support my family, so I don't necessarily know if I want to pursue this path where I'll probably not be having the most financial success, and also I will probably be pretty underappreciated and probably given a really outsized workload. So that's probably, like, pragmatically something that is just preventing people from being teachers in general, but especially like students of color.
But I think especially with minority students, my dad was an immigrant, and I know a lot of my friends' parents are immigrants as well. And so luckily my dad was very much like, you do what you want to do. Like, I came here to give you a better life. You have the opportunity to pursue anything you want to do, so do it. But I know a lot of my friends who are not in education, at least, they were like, no, my parents very much pushed me towards, getting my doctorate degree in medicine or going into engineering and finding jobs that, provide a lot of money, but something that, like, they can almost brag about to their friends and family. And not saying that all students kind of do that, but I think people of that sort of, like, stature that want to go, like, that push their children into engineering or something other than education. Well, I guess they're just not pushing towards education because to them it's not as good of a job, I guess, career-wise.